Welcome into Titans Today. I'm Abby Alonzo. We're going to be going over ESPN's draft trades. They gave all 31 picks in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. They did a mock draft that solely was only trades. That's it. For every team, whether it made sense or not. Titans fall on that list not once, but twice. So we'll go over both of those draft trades, and then we will finish off with a couple questions you guys left on one of our community posts. They're pretty good questions, so I'm excited to get to that. But before we get started with those trades and those questions, can we get to 7,000 subscribers? Now, look, this is a big ask considering the draft is April 27th, which is less than a week away. But we are trying to get to 7,000 subscribers before night one of the draft. Can we do it? I don't know. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not getting my hopes up too high, but maybe you guys have something else in mind. Maybe if you want to prove me wrong, hit the sub button. Let's grow the channel and try to hit 7,000 subscribers before the NFL draft. ESPN's first trade for the Titans looks a little bit like this. Now, this one is more realistic. If you're going to We'll get to the second trade in a little bit, but if you're going to kind of pick which trade you think could actually happen, this one looks a little bit more realistic. The Titans would receive from the Cardinals that first round pick, the number 3 overall, which we've heard that there are rumors that this could happen, that maybe they're looking into getting that number 3 pick to go after a quarterback. The Cardinals would receive the Titans' first-round pick this year, number 11, as well as the third-round pick this year, number 72, and then a first in 2024, as well as a second in 2025. Now, Bill Barnwell explains his decision here. With all due respect to 2022 third-rounder Malik Willis, who struggled across 211 offensive snaps as a rookie, this would be Carthen's biggest step toward plotting out the future of the franchise. It would be a move up for C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, or Will Levis, at least 2 of whom will still be on the board. The Titans could then cut Tannehill or use him as their bridge quarterback before handing the reins over to the young guy in 2024. They would also be moving ahead of the division rival Colts, who are at number 4, in making this deal, which might make the trade that more justifiable. It's got great points all over that explanation. 1, this is realistic. If Ran Carthen decides a quarterback is the move, this is what he wants to do to move forward with the franchise, this trade could happen. Trading up to number 3, probably going after C.J. Stroud if he's still on the board, which could still be on the board given the circumstances that are going on right now. His draft stock's slipping a little bit, but he could still be on the board. And then you either cut Ryan Tannehill for savings and hope that C.J. Stroud can be QB1 this year and show off, or you keep Ryan Tannehill around for one more year, let him be the bridge guy. C.J. Stroud steps in next year. Or maybe it's Anthony Richardson. We've heard that too. Regardless, if you make this trade happen, you're going after a quarterback. Do you like the trade? Do you think it's worth it? Should they be doing this? Do you think trading up to number 3 is worth all of the picks that the Cardinals would receive? Let me know down in the comment section. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Feel free to elaborate. Now, trade number 2. I'm going to explain it a little bit. It's not my favorite thing. This one is a little bit less realistic, but not completely out of the question. The Titans would receive the Patriots' first-round pick this year at number 14, which would actually be trading down. They'd also get the third-round pick at number 76, again, trading down from 72. The Patriots would get number 11 overall in the first round, as well as the 5th-round pick this year at 147. Here's the explanation for this one. If the Titans believe free agent addition Andre Dillard is their left tackle of the future, this could be a spot to trade down and acquire draft capital. New general manager Ran Carthen has to reckon with the futures of Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, but he is clearly trying to replenish a roster that might have peaked with the 1 seed in 2021. Picking up a third rounder to drop 3 spots would be good business for Tennessee. Is that so? I don't agree. A third rounder? Okay, that's good. Pretty mid, though. I don't think that's worth trading back because we're talking about, there's been talk about maybe staying at 11 and grabbing a quarterback. You trade 3 spots back. Those are 3 more spots that you have to hope that the quarterback you want is still on the board. Hendon Hooker, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis. Maybe CJ Stroud falls that. I doubt he'll fall that far. But 3 spots in a draft that is so quarterback hungry, and being that Tennessee is involved in the quarterback circus that is happening right now, I don't know that trading back 3 spots is worth it, especially with so much confusion and need on this roster. You've got a lot to really fix, and you need to grab the right people to do it. Trading back just for a third rounder, I'm not sold. But again, this is just an idea that ESPN put out. It's not anything realistic yet. Would you trade back? Am I wrong? Do you think trading back for one singular third rounder this year would be the right move? You might be right. Let me know down in the comment section. Type T for trade. Yes, you would trade back. Type P for pass. Okay, enough with the ESPN trade ideas. We're going to move on to specific questions that you guys left on our community post on our channel. I love hearing from you guys directly because it kind of helps me script the show out and decide, okay, this is what they want to hear about. This is what they want to talk about. So without further ado, Nathaniel Allison with the first question of today. What is going to happen to Stroud now that the alleged S2 scores are out? For those of you who don't know what an S2 score is, it's a cognitive test that some of these quarterbacks go through. And apparently, CJ Stroud didn't do too hot on this. Michelle, and I'm not even going to try to say the last name because I don't want to butcher it, is a reporter who broke this news saying that CJ Stroud's score on the test, probably not a good thing. This is very, very interesting coming from Bob McGinn that CJ Stroud, scored an 18 on his S2 test. Stroud scored 18, an executive said. That is like red alert, red alert. You can't take a guy like that. That is why I have Stroud as a bust. That in conjunction, oh my gosh, I cannot read today. I'm sorry. With the fact, name one Ohio State quarterback that's ever done it in the league. Whatever. We're not even going to talk about that. But an 18, and you've got an exec saying that this is a red flag, might be why his draft stock is kind of slipping a little bit. He might slip through the cracks, kind of fall on the board. Granted, we're, again, less than a week out from the draft. You're going to hear all kinds of crazy things. But yeah, that 18 might be a little bit of a red flag for some teams. It doesn't mean it's a red flag for Tennessee. I'm not quite sure. We're not even quite sure if they're completely sold on making the necessary moves to trade up to get CJ Stroud. But now there's a little bit more of a possibility that he slips through and Tennessee could acquire him because of that S2 score. Do you want to grab him because of the S2 score, though? You're playing another game here. Oh, we know what his test score is. Do we still want to go out and grab him? Interesting. I'm glad you brought that up, Nathaniel. Eric Spear, could the Titans trade for Jerry Jeudy? I would at least give up a second or third round draft pick for him. Titans need a big-time playmaker at receiver. Yes, they need a big-time playmaker in the wide receiver room. Giving up a second or third round draft pick right now, you have to be completely sold on the guy. And look, I don't think the Broncos are, well, actually, I know they're not. They came out and said Jerry Jeudy is not, they're not trading him. They're not getting rid of him. The Titans kind of missed the boat here. They had a lot of options in free agency to sign a veteran wide receiver. They waited and waited and waited and didn't sign anyone until recently, Chris Moore, but you didn't get the big name. You didn't get the big playmaker. Yes, they still need one. We've talked about Brandon Ayuk. We've talked about DeAndre Hopkins. Those are 2 names out there. Jerry Jeudy was there, but the Broncos came out and said, no, we're not trading him. So You can cross that off the list. Another name that tightens up 2020, I do it every time, 22, not 2022. Devonte Smith. Hell, I'll take Courtland Sutton, just a wide receiver. I think everybody's on the same page here of fix the receiver room. That's it. I think we're tired of hearing about the quarterback rumors. We want to make sure that this receiver room isn't going, we're just crossing our fingers and hoping that it works out after signing Chris Moore and bringing back cutting Robert Woods and bringing back Nick Westbrook-Akine, hoping Treylon Burks is healthy, Kyle Phillips is healthy. No, you need to do more. Devonte Smith isn't going anywhere. Sucks. A.J. Brown isn't coming back. It is what it is. You are where you are. Courtland Sutton is also not being traded per the Broncos. They named both of those guys not going anywhere. So now you really have to look at the draft. Unless a beat reporter from San Francisco did tweet this. Players the 49ers could trade before the end of the draft. Trey Lance, whom we've spoken about landing in Tennessee because, again, Titans are connected to every quarterback that ever lived, apparently. Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell, Javon Kinlaw. Brandon Ayuk is somebody that could be a realistic trade. Him and DeAndre Hopkins, I think, right now are your best trade targets if those come to light and if they're not too expensive for the Titans. I think Brandon Ayuk could be somebody that is your big play weapon in the receiver room, who pairs well with Treylon Burks, who is able to be that vet and kind of lead the younger guys who don't have much experience. But is Rand Carthen going to do that? I don't know. I don't know that they're even thinking about trading for a receiver right now. I think they're caught up in all the quarterback chaos. I think they're looking to grab a receiver in the draft, which great. They've got some great receivers in the draft, but you would have liked to have a big play vet come in. Name a receiver you want the Titans to trade for. If you're Rand Carthen and you're like, you know what, we're going to do it. We're going to go get a big name receiver to put in this room. Who are you grabbing? DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Ayuk. Maybe in a perfect world, you grab A.J. Brown back. Who is it? Let me know down in the comment section. As always, appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you hit that sub button. We'll see y'all soon. Tighten up.